Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. I'm your host, Barbara, and I'm glad you're joining us today. We start with a devastating story from Afghanistan, where a powerful earthquake has struck the eastern part of the country, leaving a trail of destruction and chaos in its wake. According to reports, at least 1,400 people have been killed and thousands more have been injured. The Afghan Red Crescent Society has confirmed these numbers, and rescue efforts are ongoing to reach those trapped under the rubble. The earthquake, which had a magnitude of 6.0, struck late on Sunday night, catching many people off guard as they slept in their homes. The affected areas, particularly Kunar and Nangarhar provinces, have been severely impacted, with entire villages flattened and roads blocked, making it difficult for rescue teams to reach the victims. The Taliban government has established camps and coordination sites to help with the rescue operation, and helicopters are being used to airlift the injured to safer ground. However, the situation remains dire, with many people still trapped under the rubble and medical supplies running low. The international community is being urged to step in and provide aid, with the United Nations warning that the resilience of the communities has been saturated. The U.S. Geological Survey has reported that this is the third major earthquake to strike Afghanistan since the Taliban took control of the country in 2021. As we report on this story, we want to acknowledge the complexity of the situation in Afghanistan and the challenges faced by the people living there. We will continue to follow developments and bring you updates as more information becomes available. It's a sobering reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of international cooperation in times of crisis. Our thoughts are with the people of Afghanistan, who have already faced so much hardship and struggle in recent years. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we continue to explore the complex issues shaping our world, we're shifting our focus to the United Kingdom, where immigration has become a dominant political issue. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is set to hold a meeting on tackling illegal immigration, including proposals to move asylum seekers out of hotels and into accommodation on industrial sites, as well as introducing digital ID cards. This move comes as the UK faces a record number of asylum claims and arrivals by migrants in small boats from Europe. According to government figures, over 2,000 migrants have arrived this year alone. The use of hotels to house asylum seekers has been a point of contention, with many feeling that it's not a sustainable solution. In fact, there are currently over 32,000 migrants in more than 200 hotels across the country. The government is exploring options to accelerate the closure of hotels and find better forms of accommodation. This includes potentially housing asylum seekers on industrial sites and military bases. Under British law, the government must provide accommodation for asylum seekers who would otherwise be homeless. However, the use of hotels was initially intended as a temporary measure during emergencies, but it has become a more permanent solution during the COVID-19 pandemic. In a related development, the Home Office has launched a new campaign warning international students not to overstay their visas. Tens of thousands of foreign students are being contacted directly by text and email, telling them that they will be removed from the UK if they don't leave when their visas expire. This move is in response to an alarming spike in international students claiming asylum when their visas run out. The government is concerned that many of these claims may lack merit and is taking a robust approach to refusing such claims. The message being sent to students is clear: if you have no legal right to remain in the UK, you must leave or face removal. This campaign highlights the complexities of immigration policy and the challenges faced by governments in balancing the need to provide a safe haven for those fleeing persecution with the need to maintain effective border control. As we consider these developments, it's essential to approach the issue with nuance and understanding. Immigration is a complex and multifaceted topic, and there are no easy solutions. However, By engaging in informed discussion and exploring different perspectives, we can work towards finding ways to address the challenges posed by immigration while upholding the values of compassion and fairness. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're wrapping up today's show with a look at the latest news from Poland. As we've been following, the country has been making headlines with its economic developments and diplomatic efforts. Recently, a Reuters poll suggested that the National Bank of Poland is expected to cut its key interest rate by 25 basis points on Wednesday, bringing it down to 4.75%. This move is seen as a response to falling inflation rates, which have dropped within the bank's target range. The decision comes after the bank unexpectedly eased its main rate in July and had previously kept it steady at 5.75% since autumn 2023. On the diplomatic front, Polish President Keir has been making waves with his statements on war reparations from Germany. During a ceremony commemorating the 86th anniversary of the outbreak of World War II, Nawrocki emphasized that good relations with Germany depend on resolving this issue. This development highlights the ongoing complexities in Poland's relationships with its Western neighbors. It's also worth noting that Nawrocki has been engaging in regional diplomacy, meeting with leaders from Lithuania, Latvia, and Denmark to discuss future peace in Ukraine. The President's International Policy Bureau has stated that any peace agreement should be maximally just and not be seen as a victory for Russia. As we consider these developments, it's essential to approach the situation with nuance and balance. Poland's economic and diplomatic efforts are interconnected and influenced by various factors, including regional politics and historical context. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.